from Siem Reap, Cambodia. I'm Leslie and this is Jason, and we are early retirees trying to travel as much as possible, and we use this YouTube channel as a personal video diary of our travels. So we are finishing up our second week in Siem Reap today, and we will be heading to Phnom Penh, which is the capital of Cambodia. So we're just gonna walk through what we did in the last week, hopefully quicker than last week. One thing we did twice, but I'll just address it once. We went to the laundry service, which went really well. You just go to the lady and you put your clothes on a scale, because it's $1 per kilogram, so that's what, 2 point whatever pounds. And they tell you how much it weighs, and both times we dropped it off in the morning and we were able to pick it up that afternoon.
Evening.
Evening. One time 6 and one time 8.
But it was probably ready before.
Yeah. So for about $5, we've had our laundry done twice, which has worked out really well. I'm paranoid, so I take photos of everything and film it, but everything's come back just fine.
All that expensive clothing.
Well, it's gonna be hard to replace.
Yeah, it'd be hard to replace.
The other thing that happened this week was I had to pay an extortion fee to get my Vietnam visa. So I applied for my Vietnam visa on December 21st. Jason had his within 2 days, I think. I had an error because my middle name dropped off at some point during the process. I fixed it on December 22nd, and then as of the beginning of February, I still didn't have it, and it was showing as processing. So I thought, again, that maybe the end of January would trigger a report of some sort and they would get those out. Well, then Tet, or Lunar New Year, is happening this coming week, so the Vietnam government shuts down for, what is it, 2 weeks, 10 days, something like that. So I knew I didn't want to wait too close to Tet.
Reading online forums, a lot of people wait close to that.
Yeah.
And then get a little panicked.
So I contacted a visa company.
Which we knew we would have to do the entire time. You were just putting it off. Yeah.
So I ended up paying $62.
Total?
Yeah, it was 59 and then tax on top of it. So $61.95.
Oh, and then in addition, your Vietnam visa fee, $25.
Yeah.
You paid a lot of money for
I paid a lot of money for mine.
Sucker.
But the guy was like, you'll have it by Friday at 5 o'clock. And I checked my email all day, checked the website all day, and nothing was showing up. So finally at like 5:03, because everyone said it was a legit company, but you never know. So I emailed them at like 5:03, and I'm like, can I have an update on my thing? It was supposed to be 5 o'clock today. And I think at 5:21, it came through. We were at dinner, so I didn't see it till later. So I think basically they pick up the phone and call someone and say process.
Yeah.
Kick this thing through.
Part of the deal.
And I figured one or both of us would have to pay.
Yeah,
based on
maybe if you don't make a mistake in the beginning, it'll go through, but it's just any little, that's our experience once.
Yeah, but I've read a lot.
Yeah.
So that's good. I'm glad it was over.
Yep.
And we have our visa. And the hotel was able to print it for me. So this week we also went to Angkor Green Garden, which is supposed to be like a resort and a garden. Do you want to describe what makes
Built in the early 2000s. And it was, I don't even remember what happened. Oh, I guess COVID was pretty hard on it. And just the tourism dropped off. They also moved the airport. So a lot of things out that way are kind of closed. A lot of empty hotels.
a mall?
And not abandoned hotels, but hotels for sale.
Yeah.
And it was out that way, pretty close to the old airport.
Yeah, it took us an hour to walk there.
Yeah. So it's just a dead, empty, giant lot. But it was actually pretty interesting.
Yeah,
It
I mean,
was,
they have weird little statues everywhere,
weird statues.
figurines.
They had little museums. That was nice.
Actually,
yeah, the most information we've seen culturally, like of what they had.
they had a wax museum.
Yeah, with historical figures, and that was actually pretty interesting.
That was pretty interesting.
And it was air conditioned.
Slightly.
And keep the wax figures.
Yeah.
And there was nobody there. It was completely dead. Like we could have been the only people. We saw other people.
I think they were workers.
Yeah.
They were on bikes riding around the property.
Yeah. I think we were pretty much the only people there.
There was a lake, small lake, but they had wooden huts built over it that in years past you could sit there and eat because they had little cabinets, glass cabinets that showed all the plates and everything in it. There was a reproduced native home called the Millionaire House or something. So it was a representation of a very rich person's house.
It was several large stages,
Yeah.
large areas where they used to have things.
Well, it said they were having performances.
It said
that
they
day.
were, but we would have been the only one at the performance.
We were the only people there.
So we didn't stay.
They had a little dinosaur area with these rocks. It used to be lots of waterfalls, but they don't have the waterfalls on.
Yeah.
And apparently it was $5 to get in, and I had read old reviews that at some point it was $25 to get in because it was that popular.
Yeah. It's like a giant mini golf resort.
Yeah, like you would think you could set up a
mini golf course,
Yeah.
But many more acres.
Yeah.
With large empty stages
and it has a hotel
seats.
there, and it has these little, like tiny homes you could rent to sleep, like a hotel. I don't know if they had kitchens or not, but it would be kind of weird.
You'd be the only person
staying there. You'd be the only one person staying there, and there's no restaurants or anything out there.
Yeah. It was interesting. I liked it actually.
Yeah, we both liked it a lot. Anytime that people say no one's there, we know we're gonna like it. We did take a tuk-tuk back because it was hot,
a long way.
and it was an hour to get there. The next day, we went to another interesting place called Butterfly Paradise.
Not as good.
Not as good, very small. So it probably would have been an hour's walk also, but an hour's walk through some further afield.
Yeah, outside of town, but not like the side of town without sidewalks and down a dirt road that was really rutted out.
So we were in a tuk-tuk, not the good kind pulled by a motorcycle. We were in the little
metal tuk-tuk.
Metal sardine can tuk-tuk.
No shocks.
Has like a golf cart engine. No, a go-kart engine.
Yeah, same thing.
So, and our driver getting there was pretty crazy.
Yeah, he was pretty aggressive.
There was some traffic, he was aggressive.
He did a lot of trying to pass people, which...
Yeah.
There was no need, but it was okay.
So we go there, it was $15 for the two of us to enter, which is pretty expensive for here. And the lady was like, it's dry season, so you probably won't see a lot of butterflies. So we got in there, and within 5 minutes we realized this could take us
5 minutes.
20 minutes tops to go through the place. Yeah. So we intentionally slowed down and made ourselves look at the flowers and
sit in the hammocks.
Yeah, they had like a little hut with hammocks, so we actually sat there and
twice
tried to relax.
Yeah.
We did eventually.
Yeah.
They did have a really neat little hatching laboratory.
For caterpillars.
For caterpillars. So the guy pulled out like these hatching boxes of the different types of caterpillars. That was interesting. And then when we got there, our tuk-tuk driver was saying like, no grab. And kind of like we thought, call me or something.
That's what he said. He said, you contact me
didn't say that clear.
Right, it wasn't that clear. But it was basically, yeah, you contact me when you leave.
No grab.
No grab, because you can contact through the Grab app. And so we went in, and we were talking about it, and I said, that guy's going to be waiting on us when we get back out. And that's what happened. He sat there and waited for us. We would have hurried up and taken 5 minutes had we known he was waiting.
I did feel
I mean,
bad.
that's just common here. That's what they do.
But, you know, we didn't go through Grab on the way back, so he got his whole fee, and we gave him a really nice tip for waiting for us.
There's such a lack of, there's an overabundance of Grab drivers for the number of tourists.
Looking for a Grab. It's very competitive. We walk outside of our hotel, and there's normally not so much the little metal Grab or tuk-tuks, but the bigger ones. There's normally 3 to 4 sitting outside, so we walk out the door of the hotel and they're waving to us, sir, tuk-tuk.
So it's worth his time instead of trying to find another person to ride, to just wait.
Then we went to the botanical gardens, which we've done twice since the last video, I think.
Twice more.
2 more times. And then going to the botanical gardens 3 times. It's free. It's a way to get our steps in because it does take an hour to get there walking. We started feeding the fish, so that's pretty exciting. And then we went back to Angkor Wat for the Grand Circuit. So that's the further outside. And not really that much further, but like a little bit more distant, a little less visited temples, because most people, if they come for one day, are going to do the small circuit with Angkor Wat and Angkor Thom. So that was nice.
It's good. You just have to dodge when you get out at the temples.
It was kind of worse out in those places, I think.
Because there's not a lot of people, so you get the people that...
Do you want a cold drink?
Yeah, do you want a cold drink?
Do you want a t-shirt?
Do you want to buy this? Do you want to buy that?
Do you want a scarf? Do you want a souvenir book?
So you're doing a lot of
so one lady had her scarf, and I'm trying to walk around her, but she keeps walking, like blocking me with the scarf. Do you want a scarf? And I was like, no, thank you. I have t-shirts. I said, no, thank you. Do you want a cold drink? And I was like, no, thank you. And she's like, I have many things.
But they kind of laugh about it also.
Yeah.
It's just the way it is.
I was like, no, thank you. And she was laughing by then. So it's fine. And I know where it's coming from. So but you know, at times you're just like, I just want to go without that. But we talked about stopping at Angkor Thom again on the way back, because we were done within like 5 hours, because we realized we don't need to look at everything because they're starting to blend together by that point. But by then it was like 12:30, 1 o'clock. It was hot.
Yeah, that's usually it. It's a combination of you're tired of walking, it's hot, and you're driving in that
templed out, and the windy thing.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's that's at least refreshing when you get in the car, which is kind of better about the big tour. Mm-hmm. You're longer in the car, or not the car, the trailer behind the motorcycle. And so you get some wind, but it gets pretty hot. And by about 1 o'clock, you're like, oh my gosh. I don't know how much more sun I can take.
And you're in pants, so.
Yeah,
it's
hot.
The only reason I really wanted to go back, well, we didn't see everything at that complex, so it would have been nice to look around a little bit more. But there is no shade there.
Yeah.
But that's where we saw the monkeys swimming, and of course I wanted to recreate that. And I thought, we're gonna go, and they're not gonna be doing the same exact thing, and then I'm gonna be disappointed, and it'll ruin my first memory. So we talked ourselves out of stopping. We did see them on the side of the road playing. And then we decided at that point, we did not use our third day of our pass. Because you're pretty much paying for $20 to go back. And we really wanted to only go for a few hours. And honestly, we didn't want to negotiate with someone on the street to do that. And I think we have a really good idea.
Yeah, it's hard. It's not it's so hot. The weather makes such a impact on you. And then the transportation, if you had a way to get out there yourself, which you can do, you can rent a motor scooter or something like that, or a bike, but it's a long ways to ride. And if you want to rent the motor scooter, you got all those hazards. But you could see where it'd be nice to be, sort of have your own transportation to get from place to place and decide what you want to do versus.
If you could get the scooter within a couple miles of.
You might be able to. We didn't look,
Yeah.
but I mean, again, there's a lot of hazards with doing that.
Yeah.
And we're not hazard people.
We are not. Other than that, we just did a lot of walking in all different places. We did run into a tuk-tuk driver. One day we were walking and he stopped and he was like, tuk-tuk? We said no, and he kept going at that point. Then he saw us later and he drove by and he's like, tuk-tuk, and he kind of recognized us and he said, oh, you walked a long way or something. We're like, yeah, we're walking. And he drives down the road and he pulls over.
Which is what he did the first time too. He saw us, he turned around, then he came back over and he pulled in. And then he got out of his tuk-tuk and then tried to get us to do some stuff. And then we said, no. And then we walked on and he did the exact same thing.
Oh, he wanted to give us a town tour the first time. So we just said, oh, we're leaving tomorrow and we've been here for weeks. But the second time, he tried to tell us that if we would just ride 2 minutes for free to a market, they have a promotion where he'd get 2 free liters of gas, and the tourism's down and we'd be helping him.
Helping his family.
Yeah, but it felt scammy. And
yeah, you know, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I mean, we've read a lot of things about how
they
then kind of keep you. So we were able to.
And then later I looked it up, specifically getting gas from a market, and it said that was a very common scam.
Yeah.
So,
you feel bad saying no, but I mean.
Yeah, I mean, it'd almost just be easier, like we said, carry money and just, here you go.
$2.
Yeah.
We also.
You can talk about the little boy getting your money.
Oh yeah, I did skip over that. So the other night we went out to eat at a place that has fish and chips, and it was actually pretty good. And the woman, Jason paid, and he said the woman had so much trouble with the change, and she gave us change back in dollars and real. So we're walking, and I was like, oh, I'm just gonna look at it, because you're like, I don't even know if it's right. So I get it out just to kind of look, and we're like getting ready to walk across the pedestrian bridge, and this little 3 to 4 year old like comes skipping over, no shoes,
out of nowhere,
like hopping and holding out his hand, because I have money in my hand.
He saw that money right away.
Yeah.
He's like, ah!
And you're not supposed to give kids money, but I did. I gave him 1,000 real. It was like a quarter. And he was so excited about it. And I thought, well, it's my fault for having money out. That's probably not the best thing to do. So I can see why you want to give them money, but it's so hard. And then we went yesterday to the local market here, and we saw 3 other people that appeared to be tourists, and it's probably the largest market we've been to. It had a huge indoor section that had barriers, like wood logs on chains at the entrances, so scooters can't get in.
But it's about ankle height, so you're sure if you're not paying attention, you'll break something.
So the indoor part was enormous. I mean, we walked probably 1/4 of it.
Yeah.
Clothing, shoes, household goods.
Like a giant mall.
The jewelry stations, lots of really like clothing that I guess they would wear to maybe like special event functions, because I don't see people walking around in those sparkly outfits.
Life jacket.
Life jackets.
Hanging from the ceiling.
And like toilet paper, there were like little beauty places. It had everything. But then when you go to the outside part of the market. And the other market in Chiang Mai that we went to was overwhelming because there were people on scooters, but they were like delivering or part of the market setup. But this outside, you could like drive your scooter up to each individual stall.
Seemed like a road
Yeah.
that was very highly trafficked.
A narrow road that really didn't fit 2 scooters at a time with pedestrians. So,
Yeah.
and there was lots of meat products, which,
If you want to eat the meat, sometimes it's not good to see the source.
yeah,
But it's fine. The meat's fine. I mean, I've eaten some. And haven't had a problem. But sometimes when you see the source, you're kind of like, oh man.
well, I'm strictly eating tofu and vegetables.
I've had chicken.
Yeah, you've had chicken.
But they also had chickens tied up.
Are they chickens or geese?
Both. They had chickens and they had ducks, I think,
Yeah.
or geese. And so those will be pretty fresh because I'm sure the butchering happens right there.
I think it might be on demand. We didn't
Yeah.
see it, but
So you kind of hope that your restaurant is getting them on demand.
they weren't like in cages like I'm gonna buy a chicken for my house,
No, they
my
were,
garden.
They were tied up by the feet.
It was awful.
It's just the way life is.
I know, but it's hard enough.
Yeah.
It confirms that I'm not eating meat while I'm here. So that was pretty much all we've done. Tons and tons of walking. We're still trying to get 15,000 steps. Mosquito. We typically do it. If not, we're in like the 12 to 14,000 range. So we're kind of running out of, if we don't go the same route that's repetitive, we get to places where the sidewalks get
More of a challenge.
Yeah. So I'll just talk about briefly the food we've had to eat this week. We went to a fancy dinner down the street. It was like a luxury resort type place, but they have a restaurant in the middle of these like koi ponds that didn't really have koi, but with water lilies or whatever they're called.
Yeah, lily pads.
Lily pads and fountains and
Tropical plants.
it was good. It was
Expensive.
expensive. Even like in the US we don't, that'd be a typical meal. So it was like $37.
It's pretty outrageous here, really.
Yeah, I mean that's super high end here. But it was nice, peaceful.
Yeah, but again, there was only 2 other people there.
Yeah.
It's a giant place. There were 2 other people and they left, and then it was just us. And it's funny because you go in and they're like, "Do you have a reservation?" And they're like, "No, there's no money." And they're like, "It's okay." And then you go back, and the table we sat at even had a reserve sign on it, which is anyway.
Then we went to a place that we call Mama's Kitchen. It's not the name of it, but it's a Thai restaurant. You know, I read tons of reviews, found it on Google, nearby, great reviews. What was it, 4.8 or something on Google? And you really did, in the end, enjoy your food.
Yeah, it was really good. It was really good Thai food.
It's probably like the best thing you've had here, right?
Thai food.
Thai food, yeah.
Yeah.
But we get there and they have like the bamboo curtains are down. So Jason pokes his head in because you could see people in there. And he said, "Are you open?" And he said the lady paused, contemplated.
She's looking, I mean, it was a white lady. And so, she just leaned back and said what I thought was "Mama." "Are you open?" She looked into the kitchen and said that. I mean, it's all open air.
Yeah.
So looked into a room where,
The kitchen part.
yeah, kitchen/house, and some older lady popped her head out and said, "I guess," or I ended up saying yes, and then we went in.
Awkwardly went in, they roll up the blind, and we sit down. We don't sit in one table because there's a cat in the seat.
There was only 3 tables.
Yeah.
I mean, it's on like a porch, so like our front
The picture
stoop.
looks, or from a much different angle that are online. So she brings us menus, And then she comes back to ask us what we want. And I said, I'll have penne and curry. And she said, I don't have penne and curry today. I only have green curry. So like, there was red carrot curry on there, Penang.
Yeah, it was like a full menu, but
Khmer and green curry, but she only had green curry. So I was like, oh, let me look again. So I ended up with tofu and vegetables.
Boring.
And then we go to order spring rolls, and she's like, and she had like probably 8 different things that could be like what we would call an appetizer. And she said, I don't have those. I only have fish cakes. So.
And Leslie went, no fish
We've
cakes.
had fish cakes. It's not my favorite.
Yeah.
So she didn't have anything. And so then it was kind of awkward. It took a while because she was back there actually cooking it. And she's from Thailand.
And then you heard something drop and hit the floor.
Right before our food came.
And you're like, uh-oh.
Then her husband, who's German, came in at some
Well, it
point.
turns out the other people, the white lady was there, 2 kids.
They're family.
They're all family. Like they
Yeah.
were probably the granddaughter,
Kids.
or no,
Daughter.
granddaughter. Yeah. No, yeah, daughter and
Daughter-in-law.
grandkids.
Yeah.
And
So, like, they're having, not even eating, they're over there drinking margaritas, apparently. But the guy's chatting with us, which is fine, but everything he's talking about is, we walked in immediately and said to that lady, I'm hungover from last night, and she's like, oh, there's margaritas, and then he talked about all the places he's kind of partied in the United States, and yeah,
he's been around the world.
he's been around.
He was your typical Central American slash. I mean, he's from Munich, but
Yeah.
just that lifestyle of living off boats and
Yeah.
that kind of thing. He was
Yep.
nice though. I mean, I didn't find him. I mean, he talked a lot about himself. That's what people do.
The other place we've been to, I think 3 times now, is Lady Khmer Kitchen.
Mm-hmm.
And our cheapest meal there was $8. And that was spring rolls, I think a bottle of water. No, I think I had soda and you had water. And each a meal. The meals are $2.50 for like the things we would get, most curries. We went back 2 more times, and I think last night it was $9.50, and that's us ordering 3 meals because one we get extra vegetables. Yeah.
Extra vegetables and extra tofu.
Yeah.
So cheap and good.
And they have sauce on the table. That's
Endless sauce.
That's been sitting in 90-degree weather for who knows how long, but
What?
someone enjoys it.
Yeah, you didn't get sick. Extra ferments.
And then we've gone to the pool a couple of times and actually got in, which is pretty shocking for us. And we did go to a restaurant called Haven, which is like a training restaurant. So every year they bring in a new class of younger students who learn hospitality, cooking, restaurant management. So that was really nice. The food was really
Yeah,
good
it was
too.
really good. A little bit more expensive, but not like that fancy restaurant.
Yeah,
expensive.
it was $19.25, so $20, and then
They expect a tip.
they didn't expect a tip, but they told you if you decided to tip how it was divided and what it went for.
Yeah, it's kind of good to be open about it.
Yeah.
It was just in the menu explaining.
Yeah, so we ended up paying $25.
Yeah.
And then other than that, we've been going to a coffee shop nearby a couple of times, just in the afternoon to try to get some work done.
That's a challenge.
Yeah, so travel planning stuff and budgety stuff and life admin. And then my other favorite place that I think, what did I count, 6 times? We've been there, is our next door neighbor, Muffin Man. They have muffins, they have brownies, they have cheesecake. I may have talked about it in their last video.
I think you did. I'm sure you did.
But we've tried it all,
Yeah,
and it's really good.
very sweet.
In fact, we might have time to go
Yeah.
over there before we
But they
leave
know
today.
us.
They do. The lady's like, oh, you're back again. So I'm okay with it. I'm supporting the local economy.
Sometimes you say you're embarrassed by it.
I am embarrassed by it, but you've been there too.
I don't care.
And then we did finally get, after much frustration, get our train tickets that we need to go to Hue in Vietnam.
Imagine that. The websites weren't working right.
Didn't take a credit card.
Thought we were going to have to hire a company.
Didn't take our phone number.
We sort of did have to hire a company. You have to go through a third party.
But it was fine. So overall, I really, really liked Siem Reap.
Yeah, it's a nice place. It's just hot.
I think we've really seen how sidewalks greatly influence our enjoyment of a place.
Well, when your main thing is walking.
Yeah. The people at our hotel are very friendly. It's interesting, almost every time you walk in, they get up from their desk and greet you. You know, how are we doing? Welcome back. We, at multiple places, had people thank us for visiting their country.
Mm-hmm.
You know, security guards who aren't trying to get us to do anything will say hello to us or smile at us on the street.
A lot of people smile.
Yeah, lots of, you know, we've got lots of more little kid waves.
Yeah.
So people are just exceedingly
the
nice.
Manager,
Nara.
He's in the breakfast place and just tried to learn our names, but
he has trouble with Jason.
Yeah, well, because yours is written, so he knows it. So Miss Lele.
He's so sweet, and he got in a scooter accident the other day, so we haven't seen him today, and we might not before we leave.
Probably won't. But he missed a day when he got in the scooter accident, and then he said, "Did you know I wasn't here yesterday?"
And we're like, "Yeah, we did notice."
We did notice. He's like, "Do you know why?" And we didn't know why. He said he got in a scooter accident.
Yeah, got hit by a 14-year-old. Okay, so would you return to Siem Reap?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I thought it was nice. I don't know. I mean, and once you've seen Angkor Wat, you're kind of like, oh.
There aren't a lot of other things.
Yeah, there's not a lot of other things.
But living-wise, it would be an easy city.
Yeah, it's
other
cheap.
Than the oppressive heat.
It's got good walking.
Yeah.
You just gotta get used to the heat.
Yeah.
But we haven't been to Phnom Penh yet, so it's kind of hard to say, you know, because you might like that and then say, well, it might be like Tirana.
I do like that it has a river. That's kind of so nice in the evening because they have the lights all along, the reflections.
Not a functional river though.
No, but
although we did see people in it.
2 little kids.
No, we saw the whole group paddling the boat. The boat
we didn't see
over.
the boat fall in.
Either the boat sunk or they flipped it.
I don't know.
So,
let's talk about the budget.
Yes.
So the total cost for here, it might be about $10 more when we put a tip for our trip to the airport today, but I can't see, and this won't increase. $1,329 for 2 weeks. Right?
1,328.78.
29. So our hotel cost $639, so that averaged out to about $45 a night. Transportation, even though we've used tons of transportation, 2 whole day things, we've used tuk-tuks quite a bit, came out to $101.
Transportation's really cheap.
We've spent $88 in groceries, which I'd say 50% of that's been drinks, water.
Yeah, water.
Juice,
mostly
Gatorade.
Because you can't drink the water, so you're mostly just buying water.
And some chips, and then we spent $256 at restaurants, and we've been out to eat every single day, and coffee, and Muffin Man, so, and then $42.65 on household personal items, so that's mainly, I had to buy sunscreen, I bought more Retin-A, our laundry service, that kind of stuff. And then we spent $195 on admissions, so 124 of that was for Angkor Wat. And then we went to the museum, the Green Gardens, a Popo, butterfly place. So we've been to a lot of places. That's the one thing that is surprising. The admissions to most places are at the level you would see in like a European city, compared to like what you would expect kind of here. But it goes to support good causes, so I'm fine with it. So overall, we spent $665 per week. And if we compare that, because that's fun, to Siem Reap, Shanghai, there we spent $771 per week. Didn't nearly do anything with the amount of admissions. So
probably took less transportation too.
So our Airbnb was more expensive, but overall, there's a great value here.
Yeah, I can see why a lot of expats live here.
Yeah, it's very reasonable. So I really enjoyed it. I always feel like I'm gonna miss the place when we're leaving, but I'm really excited for a new adventure. So
until next time.
bye.
Bye.